Necessity is not the mother of invention. Invention is the mother of necessity. Believe it or not, those are the words of one of Casio's founders. I'm not entirely sure they make sense to me, but if the necessity of a dive watch is to be durable, have decent water resistance, and be accurate, then this $50 watch from Casio could be all that you need. Hi and welcome back to the Casual Watch Review channel. As you know, my usual sweet spot for watch reviews is in the $200 to $1,000 range, although I have reviewed expensive watches like Rolex, Breitling and even the odd Patek on the channel. Honestly, I've largely not looked closely at the affordable end of the market, but this particular watch always seems to pop up on my radar, whether it's friends that have this watch or the numerous positive reviews on Amazon and also here on YouTube. So is this watch all it's cracked up to be, and could this be an absolute steal for $50, making it the best value dive watch? Well, let's find out. Straight off the bat, we're looking at the Casio MDV 106G 1AVCF. So is on the larger size, has an impressive 12.3mm thickness, likely due to it being quartz, and a 22mm bandwidth. This watch is also known as the Casio Duro or the Casio Marlin, I believe. This one is in gold because why not? Also comes in classic black dial with a cool red second hand and a blue version. Casio also have other very similar watches around this price range and size. The case is not bad at all. It has both polishing and brush parts. The crown is screw down and protected by these very distinctive crown guards. This watch is on the larger size, but it fits my 7.2 inch wrist very comfortably here. The 22mm lug width means you're spoiled for choice for straps. The resin strap on here is decent, but you could really dress this up with a NATO. Just for the hell of it, I put this watch on an ISO frame strap to see what it would look like. This strap is 3.5 times the price of this watch. The watch can easily pull it off, I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you agree with that or not. The dial is great, honestly, for a $50 watch. A nice sunburst, applied indices in gold and lume filled. The lume shot is what you would expect from a watch in this price range, maybe even a little bit better. I like the hands. They're very clean, highly legible, and have a cool bevel down the middle, giving them a more 3D look. Whilst we're talking about the hands, they are not doing a bad job of hitting the second markers, a task that can usually be a struggle for cheaper quartz watches. The dial also has Casio printed nicely, the Marlin logo that has become almost iconic of these watches and is also proudly on the back case as well. This gives a nice contrast to the dial. The added details they could have got away with not including, like the border around the date for example, and the second track around the outside, but it's nice to see they've added those. The date can be controversial on a dive watch. For the record, I love the date on a dive watch. On this dial, it's unobtrusive and doesn't obscure any of the other elements of the dial. The bezel is just okay action-wise. The first few turns when you take it out of the very generic packaging, honestly, I thought sparks were going to come off it, but after a few turns it settles down and is easy to turn even though the grip is not that great. This is clearly not a well-machined bezel. The play in it is there. I saw a few other reviewers that didn't point this out, so maybe it's just this one. However, I think Casio may know that there is a play issue with these bezels, and that's why we have a weird triangle at the top with its point amputated, so you can't see exactly where it lines up. There is a margin of error built into the triangle itself, it looks like. For a beta watch, I think this ticks all the boxes, honestly. However, if you're too rough with it, you'll likely scratch the aluminium bezel and scratch the mineral crystal, so it likely won't cosmetically stand up to a beating like a G-Shock would, but the solid case construction would take a hammering, I'm sure. And for $50, you're not going to have to worry too much about hurting it. I also think you could really dress up this particular colour variance, maybe with a mesh bracelet or a nice NATO to wear it casually. It's thin enough to fit under a cuff and honestly looks a lot more expensive than the $50 Amazon are asking for it. Overall, I think this is a decent all-round watch that should give you many years of use. For me, if I was going to keep this watch, I would probably go for the blue variant, just my personal taste. I'm a big fan of Citizen watches for everyday dive watches, and my choice is the Citizen BN0151. Check out my review somewhere up here. That watch is at least double this price, however, but it does boast Citizen's fantastic EcoDrive solar technology. But you can't go wrong with this little Casio if the size is right for you. Let me know what you think. I think for $50, this could be one of the best value dive watches out there. It looks many times the value of what it actually costs, and I think it's a great addition to any collector, or would also make a great gift, especially coming up to the holiday season. Let me know what you think, and thanks for joining me, and see you next time on the Casual Watch Review channel. Thanks guys, bye.